play that has virtually zero counterplay, to be honest. No matter what comes in here, yeah, Blast is going to be extremely friendly. So yeah, really good start to this battle. Frankly, as good as possible, and I can get a little healing, which is nice. Which I feel like on against Sonora, the healing is actually pretty nice. So yeah, just it was a really tricky position from the opponent that they felt like they had to kind of react. And yeah, I mean, I put them in a position that was just really difficult to handle. So feeling good about that one. Sonora comes out, okay, fine. So I mean, I can prefer to take out the team here if I wanted. For Citrus, so I might have to put you up here. Oh wait, you know what? That was redundant. They predict me. I could actually just double. I didn't even think about that. I forgot that this would mean that I become way too big. I actually might have just made it a game losing play. I can use Terra here. This was actually, I should have thought about that a little more. Okay, never mind. It's fine. It's fine. I game losing. Let's take out Steve. I do. Yeah, this was actually, I should have thought about that a little more. Just okay, never mind. It's fine. It's fine. That's slow. That should be slower to me. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Holy cow. Yeah, they must be, because it was my Incineroar, then their Incineroar. Okay, I almost messed this up. Because, yeah, my Incineroar is a weird speed stat, but it's slower than zero speed. Confirms out. Okay, this is leftovers Libra. Okay, GG. Okay, this last time, so now we have to play a little
I'm pretty sure my mic's been on the whole time. I just haven't been saying anything. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope somebody's there. My Twitch hat is green, so it just disappears. So this is where I'm at today. I'm not going to merge anything without this being reviewed. But, oh yeah, this is just initial commit. I think I'll make a secondary branch that pulls from it. I really wanted to work on this. This is kind of the big one I want to work on. So I'm going to work on this, and I'm just going to attach a temporary database just for storing things, because right now I'm only storing things in memory. So that's where we'll hang out. Yeah. Also, I'm really interested if YouTube chat actually works. So I'm streaming to YouTube right now. But like, see, I have the stream going. But I haven't actually seen any chats come through for it, at least. So we're just gonna any chats come through for it. See if anything. I mean, it's basically just a free ad, so we'll just let that live there. And we'll just keep going with our fun little Twitch plan. So yeah, this is what I want to do today. I got a hard cutoff. About 1:30 my time. That gives me an hour before I need to run to the airport. So that's kind of where we'll be. This is outside the norm, but we'll see if anybody shows up. There's not, as you can see, there's Monday streams are new for me, so we'll see. So let's see where we left off. And I need to set this up as create data objects. Was that the branch I merged? It is called create data objects, so I'll make a new branch. So this is a work in progress. No. So project goals, I think 1, create an open source alternative to meetup.com. 2, make it easier for pro groups to connect with it. Yeah, I think because we don't have any members. 3. I don't think I care about members make, but I do want to make it easy for members to find and join groups. That's a huge one. I really don't care about connecting with other people because that's what Slack is for. But it should be easy to self-host and maintain. And then, yeah, project structure, TBD, tech stack, Golang, plus HTMX. For now, contributing, join, Forge, Slack, meetup replacement channel, Forge Utah.tech, and join the Foundry channel. We do have a license in there. There's already a license doc. And it is MIT. So what I want to put here, is not clone the repo. This should be, I think I want to run in. So my thought is run in a container with, no, not Docker Compose. Well, yeah. Well, let's put developer environment. To 3. No. And then we'll be good. Yeah, so we'll have a database in Docker Compose. Cool. And then 6 would be setup org in config file, which I'm just gonna do JSON for now. So that's what I want to do. I want to just set up the org. Org config. Well, I'm just going to call it forge config. .json. Just because JSON's so easy to parse. We want to have a name. This would be Forge Utah Foundation. We don't need to have a year. Let's do a vsplit on main.go. So we have org admin, number of groups, and number of members. So I think I don't need that. But we need something that Can you see that I've written this a couple of times? Art, technology, and science. Technical topics. I'll take that. I do think that the rest of it we can add later. But there should be some way. I'm gonna make a note on the issue. Where's my issue? I think there should be an easy way to add redirect URL or something. Maybe DNS is not what we need to worry about. Actually, the question is, should we worry about people providing a URL, or should they handle their own DNS? That is my thing. That is my thought. Any disagreements? Cool. I'm just gonna let them handle their own DNS right now. But we should basically create org info. I'm gonna add a description over here. And should we let them add admins in here? So if we were to add admin, it'd be a slice of whatever, but that needs thing should be parsed into member. So name, email. Oh, and we have member over here. Okay, ID, name, and email. SoyPete is not my email. Who the heck is Joshua Peterson? Forge email is also not a real email. Should that format itself? Don't I have a neo format JSON? Okay, I do. I don't know if admin should be hard-coded, but we'll make a note of that. Setup org, right? So I have this setup org thing, so we'll go with org.go, not ogre.go, org.go. It's in the main package. We'll move this over. And then we'll create org, func, create. And then os.open. Now we can just use open. You complete that. That was an LSP thing. What does that tell you? But Copilot's working. Copilot is working, but that was an LSP. I think that's the first time that I've seen the LSP give me predictive suggestions with Copilot running. Somebody has been fixing their stuff. Oh no. I like to write my errors. Error. Cannot import org config. File. And then, so we'll stick a file name in there as well. I'm not attached to any of these patterns. I just like personally am on this thing where it's like, if the data never changes, put it in a config file. That's just my current path of least resistance. How's that music volume? Thumbs up? We need to defer.close, and then we'll do a JSON dot decode into org. We don't have org as named yet, so I need to do var org, and then we'll return org. We don't have groups. We do have a description and admins. So far these all have the, did I call it admins? Yeah, I did. So name and description are lowercase, admins is capitalized, so we're gonna go ahead. Where is that? And give these JSON tags. No. This can be an omit empty. I'm happy with that. Thank you! Is that Adadanta? How are you doing today, Adadanta? I'm gonna call you, is Ada okay? I'm glad the music's working out good. Org and nil. Oh, org is not a pointer to it. Should we do this? I'm not a big fan of declaring pointers like that, but I think we will. And so we'll do an org equals new org. These are syntactically the same as what I did before. What do you mean expected? Oh, this is a return. No comma. There we go. No comma. Make your own Lego minifigure. I think I knew you could do that. I got an email that says make your own Lego minifigure. So, you know. I am watching myself on... Oh, YouTube. Yeah, that's fine. As long as I have the sound muted, it's fine. That's good. That's a good way for me to check that that's actually running instead of just pretending to be alive. You know. Okay, so now we have a create org. We need to have an add group function. And then we need to have an add member function. The question is... should I add an interface? My initial gut reaction is no. I'll wait to add an interface when we need to abstract something out. For example, this create org might be good to have an interface, but I think I'm just going to have a test file in the repo at all times. Just like have a test org for the purpose of testing. And so if I do that, then it won't really matter. So now, instead of doing this, we should be able to do forge equals create org, and it's not forge JSON, it's forge config JSON. When we add groups... Oh, how should we handle... Oh, that's a good question. Something we do have a use case for. Is event management flow. Should we have a flow for event, for reoccurring event creation? Should we allow people to set up templates that we store? Should we not worry about this for now? Comment! Cool. So now we need to have org. Oh, we have admins. I didn't pull that out. So with this, we're pulling that in, and we have these members, but the members don't mean anything if they're not added to the org as members, right? So they're added as admins, but they're not added as members. Sorry, just texting my mother back. So in this create org, we've pulled everything out, and so now we need to temp ID generator for an org. Ooh, we don't need org IDs, but we do need to update admins. So we need to have this internal func. Oh yeah, we should have an add admin func. But that's not what I'm worried about, because I'm pretty sure this will create admins. So this will be add new admin to org. And if they do have an admin to org, we should append it, and we should also to do... Well, we need to do that, but... And the other one. well, no. Yes, we need to do that too. Stop. Yes, I need to do that. What I'm thinking is we need to persist this to the file. Oh my gosh. Persist to the config file. So this can live inside of here, I think. But, oh, I was gonna... I don't know how to deal with the database rights yet. But we'll have to figure that out. Is Nightbot not... Sorry. I need to double check my Nightbot. I'm sorry for the distraction. But my Nightbot reminders have been garbage recently. So, let me make sure that they're 15 minutes. 15 minutes. See, that's why. Edit. I want this to be every hour. Submit. And then this to be every, like, 38 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Back to work. You're hyped about my new project? I'm hyped about my new project. Do you hate Meetup as much as we do? So I don't know if we should pull this out. But I'm just gonna write it here for now and comment. So we're going to add admins to org. They are a pointer to the same thing. So we should be able to just say admins, we should be able to say org. No, org should already have a name. Let's actually do that. Log dot printf. No. Org new organization created with the org name. Yeah. Admins. And then we'll have it is going to be a V. And we're gonna do admins dot name. Can we do this? Let's just do a count. No, we'll just print admins like that. It'll probably just do the pointer, but it's fine for now. Just fine. And then what I want to do is I want to say add admins as member. No. So we're gonna edit these as members first. So we're just gonna say org.members. That should be plural, by the way. It's not that. It should just be equal to admins. I turned off my notifications. Why am I getting work slacks? But what we need to do is we need to have a function and member. Oh yeah. So we have a create member. Which is fine. It's just the IDs are supposed to be auto-incrementing. And this is internal. What if I did this instead? And I rewrote it. So I said we did for admins. So we make a list of members. We have to have databases would be a better way of doing IDs, right? I'm thinking about this. Add admins as members. And we gotta figure out a way to do IDs. If admin is a type member, right, we should be able to do. Oh, let's do this. We'll do var list of members. Nope. We'll say M is create members, admin name, admin email, members append M. And then we'll just replace it. Org members, org admins equals members. And what does this do? Replaces admins with, well, basically the purpose. This is not a good idea. No, we shouldn't have a separate list. This is a hack to make sure the admin has an ID that is not duplicated by the members. This is not a good idea. We need a better way to handle IDs, period. That's it. And so that should replace it. It doesn't have member, it has members, which I added. Cool. So this is pretty interesting. It's pretty horrible, but let's go ahead. Forge is undeclared. We don't need to set up members, but what we do need to set up is add a group. So let's go ahead, add a group. So we already had this. I don't have a function create group, so we'll just do a pointer to group. That means I didn't need to delete everything I had here before. Cool. So that's fine. So we need to go forge.add group pointer to Foundry. And the other thing we need to do is add members. Well, best if you're on Twitch, you know what you need to do. Oh, we should also be able to do this because it's pointer. Add members. Add members. Oh. Max and Lula, I think Grandma's here.
Nicholas, thanks for following.
Nicholas! Thank you for following. Glad to see you here. Hey Toxneb, how you doing? Glad to see you here. We got a follow from Nicholas. Or is it, it's just Nicholas. But I said it the other way. Mom, I'm streaming. You saw that I was streaming, or you just saw when you came in?
It said Twitch was on.
What said Twitch was on?
Or here, I got the notification. SoyPeteTech.
You follow me?
Yeah.
On what? I didn't know my mom followed me. She's so nice. Thank you. I'm gonna stop at 1 o'clock and then we'll bring the dogs over.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good.
okay, bye. Be safe. It's, my mom just got done with work and brought me some Diet Coke. Well, swig. This is what we do on Mondays, but I'm going out of town. So she's gonna be watching my dogs while I'm gone. Max, did Grandma come and see you too? Nicholas. So. Forge is declared a not use. Well, it is now. So to add members, let's do, we do have a create member. So we'll do create member. Corey, no. No, that's not how it was. No, it's not attack. It's just the person that's wrote the most in chat, right? Added. Create member, that's all we need. An email and a name. We still haven't figured if we want that. And then we add the member. Cool. And again, the only reason for this is because we're doing horrible persistence of IDs. Mismatch of create org. Create org does return an error. If we get an error, I would be okay with doing a log.fatal though, instead of a panic. But the point being, it shouldn't run either way. SoyPete. I think this should pay. Yeah, I don't think we should be able to continue without an org config. Anybody disagree with that? I don't disagree. I think that is perfect. It can't have already been an hour. I thought I was supposed to run ads. I think I run ads every 30 minutes, but it starts at the 15 minute. I think that's how ads work. So, and the way to get out of ads, unfortunately, is to subscribe. So, if I were to just spew dot forge, not spew events. Spew events is not a thing. I want to do that, and then I want to spew. Okay, I'm interested to see what persists across everything. Because in my head, the way we have the pointers set up... Oh, sorry, I'm gonna rename that. It's just to be a test config. So let's move forge config to a test config, because this isn't real. I mean, Clint and I are real persons, but I just pick on Clint, so. I forgot to build. And now, see what? There is an invalid character in my config. Admin's name. Oh, is it in my member? Oh, it's because... So, this admin's is not gonna work. Because this is... Basically, it's not gonna work as a JSON parsing thing. I think that's what it's saying. Looking for beginning of object keystring. So does it not like this name, or does it not like this name? Well, I think the problem is that it's looking for a slice of member, and I did not. That's not what I set up. So this is a slice, but this should say member on it, right? Right? This is... Okay, let me just... I just use other people's JSON objects. Why would I ever know how to nest a JSON object? IBM. Yeah, that's what it needs. I'm pretty sure that it needs me to say that this is what member is. The key does need to be wrapped in quotes, thank you. That is true for all of these talks. This is why my job is not JSON writer. And that's probably why it didn't format it for me on save. Well, it probably didn't format it on save because I don't have format on save for JSON saved. But talks is correct. Thank you for debugging my code for me. Okay, I think... I have an extra quote somewhere. Where is my extra quote now? Oh, guys! My Substack just posted! I just got the notification. It posted. Time to share. What do you mean share your thoughts? No, I want to copy link. Paste link. I'm just posting it to LinkedIn. Mark Keeling the Fourth. Would you say this is as bare bones as you can get with the DBT project? Don't want to repost for Forge. Line 6 and 7 shouldn't be... Should it be I thought it said it needed to be a member. Space and line break at line 3. That's also true. That was a good one. Thank you, Ada. I thought we needed this. You're saying... I thought we did need that because... Or surround it with another one. First of all, there wasn't supposed to be a comma there. You're all right. I don't do enough JSON. I just use other people's JSON. And honestly, see? You're right. So this is wrong. But I do think it has to have a member or else the Go thing's not going to work. So, you're right. You're just better at this than me. Because who writes this kind of complex JSON in their free time? Not I. Usually what I'd do is I'd write the Go struct and then have the Go struct write to JSON for me. Oh, there's also no comma there? Where did it expect a string? It expected a string after this one? It shouldn't expect a string after... Oh. This is nested because this is type member. This has too many. And should be right here. Because the admins are of type member. And members have names and emails. Okay, I'm gonna just do this. Whoop. And get rid of this too. Oh, look. Is there not a colon at the... There needs... The last item cannot end with a comma. It cannot end with a comma. That is correct. Because that is how things work in the language that is JSON. None of these should have commas. Right? Okay, so that's what member needs to look like. Because JSON hates us? I don't... know if Jason hates us. But it is something, that's for sure. How's that? What the heck? Why did it add the... That's not right. Did I do that? Okay, that's better. That's better. There we go. Look at that. Okay. So this is what I wanted to check. We have a new org, Fork Foundation. We have pointers to members that are admins. And then we spew it. We have an org named Fork Foundation. We have a description. We have 2 admins. They have an ID. It didn't add the name or the email. Oh, interesting. Looks like I need to specify that. But in the group, it did add the event because I have pointer set up right. And it has the members to the org. Just, it doesn't do it right because I broke my... I need to go to groups and fix that. Is it orgs? Right here in my loop, I do create member with admin name and admin email. But clearly, it doesn't pull out admin name and admin email. Because is member set up wrong? No, it has a name and an email. It did this right, but I need to make sure that the name is not an error, and that is here. If not admin equals no, admin dot name return error. Admin name is required. Admin email is not required. Cool. So, even though that's not a thing, I have this here with a member and a name. It's not pulling member out. And that's really fun. Todd just posted something that I want to read real quick, so. In Forge Slack. So let's. Can productivity. Is this by the Isaac Lyman I know? Well, I never actually met him. Yes, that is the Isaac Lyman I know. He worked at my first job before I did. Basically, I replaced him. Defining and measuring programmer productivity is something of a great white whale in software industry, the basis of the enormous investment, the value proposition of numerous startups, and one of the most difficult parts of engineering manager or CTO's job description. It is also the source of anxiety for developers at all experience levels. How do you know if you're doing enough, both on and off the clock, when everything you do is intangible? How should you measure it? In 2020, the full-time developer made $107,000 a year. Who's doing that? Hours worked is a false metric. Correct. If a company does not intentionally avoid doing so, or sooner or later deliver into an hours-only environment. Problems don't end there. If we assume that all work is positive work, that is, all work represents progress toward the end goal, then we are mistaken. Also true. Developers who work while exhausted, distracted, or sick tend to be familiar with the concept of negative work. So, work so poorly done that it must be undone or compensate for later, thus increasing rather than decreasing the amount of remaining work. Software development is complex, abstract, and that's why this right here is why people want AI to do it, and also why AI will never be able to do it. It's not super clinical. When measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Team performance, on the other hand, is far more visible. Perhaps the best way to track it is to ask, does this team consistently produce useful software on a time scale of weeks to months? If it's longer than months, you're taking too long. I like that he talks about working parents, people with disabilities. Feature not about, like, 9 to 5 is a ridiculous requirement. I agree. I personally, this is all good. I'm gonna give that one a thumbs up. I didn't know that you could have a Stack Overflow blog. I didn't know that was a thing. But apparently it is. That's a good sidetrack. So, now that I have a JSON format I like, let's go see if I think I nested the structure wrong. I think that's where we're at. Go to JSON, the other way around. Matt Holt is still a lightsaber. It's okay, so it is admin, which is a slice of struct, and that struct, okay. So that is my problem. It is expecting there to be admins and not members. When that's not necessarily what I want. Right, I want it to just be slice of member. But I think that is like pretty much not what. Oh, what if I undid that? What if I did this? Yeah. That's okay, we're on the same page. I was saying, what if I did this? Okay, we are on the same page then. So it is admin. And then let's go over here to org. Yes, then it would just be admins and there's no need for the members nesting. Okay. Data says, do we really have to qualify the members of the admins list? Isn't it ambiguous what kind of item the slice could have? Yes. There is a little bit of ambiguity around here because I'm saying we have to have admins to have an org. Those admins have to be members of the org. But we can create an org without members. So that is the circularness of it. So that I agree. It's definitely a problem to solve that I don't know how don't know what to do with yet. Ada is right. So basically, and then the other piece that we have here that we're not even taking into consideration is how do we validate that the person who is accessing this is the admin? So I think there should be some way to spin something up and say, hey, person who is spinning it up, who are you? And that would be the only admin. Oh, apparently I just rebooted into chat, so disconnected and then reconnected. Good job, chat. Oh, howdy. We've got a lot of activity in the Google Slack. I'm sorry. If you're still looking, Avinash, are my videos limited to Golang? They are today. Marius already fixed... If I had been paying any attention 20 minutes ago, everybody on YouTube Slack would have fixed all of my problems. So thank you, YouTube, for correctly solving all of my JSON problems before I was even paying attention. The problem is I can have like Twitch Slack just looking. I have to be in OBS to look at the YouTube Slack. It's kind of dumb. Okay. So now we have owners being me, being Clint. We do have that, and they are members. We have a group, and we should be duplicated as members with Adadanta being the second member. So, Avinash, I am not exclusively Go, but I am mostly Go. So, if you're still there, sorry about that. Yes, there is, what Adadanta said is 100% correct. There are a lot of problems with this model. That are not functional at all, in my opinion. But, I don't care. I don't care right now. I think I will care So let's go ahead and make a note of that. I have an ad starting in 3 minutes. The funny thing is ads on Twitch do not equal ads on YouTube. So there's that. The other, yes, so right now we're requiring admins. Like, this essentially requires admins. Requires admin in config. I think this is a problem. Not should we require email as well? That's a different question. This is problematic because we have no way to uniquely identify the admin. It's completely ambiguous. Everything that was said before. So, yes. I'm changing my mind. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. I don't think we should have admins here, which was the only thing causing us grief at all. I don't think we should have admins here. I think we should remove the admins from here. And just have the flow for adding an admin currently. But we'll require it somewhere else. So I guess my thought is the person hosting this should be an admin, right? So let's go over here and I'll make a note of this in the issue. Should we worry about people providing URL their own DNS? So, okay, I have a question about how we should qualify admins. We currently don't have a concept of roles. And so if you don't have a concept of roles, should you have a concept of admins? Without the concept of a role, should we have the concept of admin? So I don't think so. So right, I think that is the big problem here is should we have roles without admins or admins without roles? That's kind of where I'm sitting at. I think not. So we are just going to remove the concept of admin for now and make that required when we have a way of validating roles. We good with that? I'm writing a lot of things and comments on these issues that I don't think... Do we have... Figure out permissioning for the orgs. Cool. I can go over here. Nope. Add flow for org. I'm going to take that comment and I am going to edit it. And I'm going to say the number 8. So step number 8 is when they should be addressed. Comment. Cool. So I'm just going to take that out. Thank you for all of your help trying to debug everything. Just for me to say this is stupid. I'm going to take this out as well, because we no longer need this. Right? We don't need this. We don't need this. We should still add, so I'm okay with having this and like, these are essentially endpoints in my opinion. And so I think having this, right? So we have that. So I think I can have the create member SoyPete. SoyPete@gmail.com is an email that I should figure out as if it's available. Yeah. And if I add an admin, right? So we have admin. We do need to check if they're already a member. If, oh, there's no role admin. If, so we do 4. If admin equals M, we don't return. We just admins.append admin. If we hit here, and then we return. If not, we need to, if not a member, add member. And then we would do o.members. Yeah, we would do o.addMember. M. And then we would do o.admins equals append admins M. Oh, we already have that. We're not going to persist this to the org file because that's where they invented database. Cowtail, you're thinking about using Go today? It's the best language. It is the best language. There is no better language than the language of Go. And nobody has been able to provide me with a language that is easier to use. So, yeah, I have a hard stop today in about half an hour. So far, let's go ahead and build this. We have members. Members do not have any groups. That wasn't part of the flow I was trying to do, but we did add a group that has a time. We should do something to make sure that times are in the past. Okay, we're cool with that. Okay, so the last thing I need to do. Nope. Go tests. Let's add tests. And I'll commit this. JavaScript through the Deno runtime is fairly easy. But Do you remember what we said about all, Brood languages? We don't like them. We don't like that language. And my moderator should have bleeped that. Deno, I've heard good things about Deno, but I'm still really confused about JavaScript. Go was a fresh of breath air compared to Rust. More than a breath of fresh air. They're probably sitting there saying, why did I spend all this time learning Rust? But, Go's just the best. Okay. Is the arg... Oh, I hate when they only have one thing. We don't need args when it's only one thing. Async in Rust? I thought that's why people liked Rust, was for async. Test config? It's not test org. I was down to learn Rust. Then the government told me to use Rust. And so I decided not to. So. This want org thing, it's gonna be really interesting. Should be false. I don't think... Okay. Test 2. Test 1, that's a good name. Test complete. Test no file. And I think that is the only error path we have right now. Oh, we do have a path where the JSON is invalid. They literally said you should use memory-safe languages like Rust. No. They said memory-safe languages like Rust. Straight up, it said Rust in there. And I was like, who paid you to say that? Because nobody on their PR staff will have a clue what programming languages are. So that means somebody, don't know who, somebody paid somebody did their job in Washington. Who are the people that walk around and like pretty much talks? That's where I'm like, no. You have stayed out of tech for, well, and they said don't use C or C++. They said use, and I was like, you can't say that. Do you know how much of your infrastructure is C and C++? Do you know how much the Department of the Defense is using C and ++? And C? Like, no. Like, it is ridiculous what they said. And if they had mentioned multiple languages, if they had said memory safe languages like, then I wouldn't care, but they literally only said Rust. Which makes me think that somebody donated to somebody's campaign fund. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Gaurav09 Kumar, thanks for following.
Gaurav Kumar, thank you for following. Glad to have you here. So glad for you to join us in our rant about how the US government should stay out of what languages are the best. I don't care. I still, you can, they may be correct that Rust is a memory safe language, and I may agree with their statement that it is a good replacement for C++, which I do agree with. Talks. That was exactly what my co-worker said. He's like, well, if you just use the modern C++ standard, you'll be memory safe. Just like, which is again further proving that they have no clue what they wrote. Somebody just paid them to say, hey, tell the American people to use Rust, you're the White House. Like, that's what it felt like. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're doing, if you know C++, you would currently be doing the modern C++, and you would be, yes, doing so much better than, in the 90s. But they didn't care in the 90s. So. Okay, I'm okay with this. Wait. Why are we using fields when we could just be using an org? That's another thing that I don't like. We could just be saying org. Pointer to org. And we could just be saying M pointer to member. So much easier than doing this. Also, this test is pointless because there's no way to validate it. Well, the only thing we can do, I guess, is we can check that the length grew, right? So, original length. And then, yeah, cool. It should only ever append one. Like, so there's a streamer, Soding, and he literally switched from coding in Rust to coding in Ada because the government said that. Well, it would be nice if it literally said anything that was actually technically relevant. But, I don't need anything more than that here. So, undefined O. So. Undefined M. Undefined O. That's because that's org. Sorry, this is tt.org.add-admin. It should only add one, and that's valid test, I believe. Oh, it doesn't need to be args. Okay. So yes, Cowtel. I mean, and I don't understand why now they're talking about memory safe languages. Like it just seems like they're 20 years too late. Why they did, and it was just like a statement from the office of the president, so it means nothing. I'm doing this again. I hate it when they do this. I know how code generated works, and they have templates, and they can like this template. I don't, and I will just, at some point, I should just make my own template. Go without a garbage collector. Tuxneb, that's called TinyGo. Or unsafe Go. Go in unsafe mode. Should we call the name the board of directors? That's hilarious. Yes, it's Cowtel. My point is the White House releases opinions that are bought and paid for by voters. I mean, not voters, super PACs. So... I'm protesting. I am protesting politics being involved in best software, best practices, and not doing Rust. Like, not learning Rust. I'll get over it, and I'll probably learn Rust eventually. But until that happens, that's why I've done a couple of things with Zig recently, just, you know, me saying, hey, why not? And this is literally going to be the same thing. Yeah, basically talks... besides using LLVM as their compiler, which I don't remember if that was like a permanent thing, the way that they made it small enough for embedded was killing the compiler. Cowtel is being very reasonable, saying, is it truly a protest to only do the opposite of what someone wants you to do, shouldn't the decision be a rational one regardless of the opinion stated? Yeah. It should be. But besides MetaMe, nobody else is doing Rust, so I'll just learn Zig and get it over with. I mean, this is all just playing around anyway, right? Like, it's not like I'm building real production services. And for which I would probably choose Go anyway. I feel like Rust has a good use case for super low level, which I've never ventured close to building. So Sense. No, the statement had nothing. Was not a statement by the Rust Foundation. I'm not trying to say the Rust Foundation paid anybody. That's not the point. The Rust Foundation is not anywhere involved in my comments. It's corporate America, so. But I'm a Twitch streamer, so if you want my serious opinions, those are on LinkedIn. The Rust Foundation does have its own drama, and I think they can stay out of politics. You don't want to... I've only heard bad things about DLLs and Go. So. Those were, of course, with Windows. Okay. This is the one bad thing about having your SSH key protected by 1Password. It's completely shareable. Like, that's fine. But, assigned to myself. Comes after number 2. That. And what ticket is this? Complete number 8. No, number 3. No, 4. 2. 1. 5. 6. 7. 7! Okay, create a pull request. So now there's 2 pull requests. Anything to get your Rust executable side reduced? Hopefully DLLs can get you further along. Are they large? Like, clearly I don't build that much Rust, but I feel like it wouldn't be that much large. Oh. You want to get Hello World sub 100 kilobytes? Okay, they're not large. But they are also, I understand. Rust has such a good use case for embedded. Why on earth are they not? Why are they not smaller? Can't you choose your compiler in Rust? Well, I'm just saying, if you could, like, I thought you could choose your compiler, and that would be a different pile of wax. Okay, I need to paste this. I'm gonna actually throw both of these in my Discord as well. Okay, so you could... So if you had a... Rust can compile smaller depending on your target. That's close enough. Right? I think that's close enough. I don't want to merge 3 commits. I'm going to actually throw this one in draft because I do want this one to come first. Just because... Oh. Does that WAV file... Is that just audio or is it a video? I think it's just... WAV files are audio files, right? Okay. Okay, so... Oh, I already put this this PR in Discord, even though nobody looks at my Discord. I'll put this one there. Oh, come on. Copy link address. Paste. That was too hard. That was too hard. That was way too hard. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and sign off and go to the airport so I can fly to Austin and give a great talk next week about data reliability. I'm so glad for everyone that tuned in to Monday. I get back at 10 a.m. on Friday, so hopefully we'll get an afternoon stream. Keep coding, keep killing it out there, coders.